Good morning everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Warramai First Nations people. An absolute pleasure to have you, your guides, my guides and the universal energies with us today. Just spreading a lattice of light and love throughout the world at the moment, and including those that are suffering under Hurricane Rosalind in Mexico, the fire at Mount Kilimanjaro in Africa, those who are fighting that particular wildfire, bushfire, and especially those in Australia who are suffering under, flood conditions still. Some areas it's their third major flooding, unprecedented record flooding in the last 6 months. So really putting my energies into those. We're waiting for the rain to stop and the waters to subside before we can give assistance. It's very muggy here at the moment. It's almost feeling monsoonal, whereas usually we're a temperate zone, subtropical, doesn't usually get quite this clammy. So things are happening. Okay, what I wanted to have a look at today, I will do a couple of other videos on world events, but I just wanted to share with my community an experience in the hope that it might help you going forward in your own journey of spirituality. I was away on the weekend with spent a night or an evening with a group of people that I see only 3 to 4 times a year maximum. And I have noticed that, there is one particular person in that group who they were quite a integral cog in a business, had to and very intelligent, had to be pensioned off due to medical reasons, and is now finding themselves without purpose and completely at a loose end. They are someone who has been very much a know-it-all their entire lives, but I had always understood in the past that came from an abusive upbringing and therefore insecurity. But what I've noticed over the last few years, as I said, I don't see this person very often. What I've noticed over the last few years is they are, it's not that I've been more reactive to them, it's just that they have been more niggling at me to get a reaction. And so I'll explain what happened on the weekend as an example. So we were at a very long table out for dinner, and from the absolute complete opposite end of this table, that particular person was making underhanded derogatory criticism directed at myself. Nobody else at the table, at myself. Simple things like the person sitting next to me had finished their meal, they'd had enough, and I stole a chip off their plate. Next thing you know, there's a comment being shafted down my way. You know, little things like that. After dinner, we retired for a beverage, hot chocolate, and I was in discussion with somebody else about whatever it was, and this particular person came from a different room and interjected themselves in the conversation in a very you don't know what you're talking about, I know everything type of way. So needless to say, that didn't go over very well with me, and I found myself, after about 10 minutes of this continual barraging, I found myself really arcing up and ended up getting not an argument but a heated discussion where eventually I just went, I can't be bothered with this anymore, and pulled out. Now, I was lying with my guides that night because this particular person does not treat anybody else in this way that I know of, except for my daughter, who is quite spiritual as well. So I was lying there later tonight, mulling over, going mutter, mutter, mutter to myself, the would have, should have, could have said at various points in the conversation to get my point across, but I realise in hindsight it would have made no difference because they do not listen. They are just there to interject at me. Anyhow, long story short, lying there later that night with my guides and asking why does this person do this? And the realisation I came to through the meditation with my guides is that their source, their universal energies, their vibrational level for this particular person, due to all these reasons, I suspect there may even be undiagnosed autism there as well, but the fact that the abuse they had in their childhood, the insecurity as an adult, the need to be right all the time, etc., etc., their vibrational level is, and their poor health, their vibrational level is extremely low. And what I realised is that this particular person recognises that I have a high, and my daughter have high vibrational levels. Now, my daughter wasn't there. We have high vibrational levels, and because they are low, they are unable to, well, they're not spiritual at all, so they don't understand the process of connecting into source energy. So what is happening is they can recognise that I'm high vibrational, that I have a lot of source energy within me that I'm quite happy to share. But what has happened is that by them attacking me, it lowers my energy and expels the energy out of my body, and they then draw on that. They suck on that because they haven't learnt how to gain it from source themselves. And the reason why they attack me to get my energy is their partner has, well, they've been together for forever. Their partner very early in the relationship knew how to put up a boundary. The other immediate family members for this particular person, their children, their energies, universal energies, are quite low as well. So there's nothing within that family to draw on. So basically every time we meet, they come to me to renew themselves with their energy in a negative way. So I just wanted to share that experience with you and have a little talk about and a look at how we can prevent that from happening, because by crikey, it is really unpleasant, and if you've been through it, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. It just really sucks you, lowers your vibration. You find that you become argumentative, you become distressed, confused, all these horrible things to be in. So I just wanted to have a look. First of all, now I am not offering solutions. I will endeavour next time I meet that person to put up some barriers, and I will explain to you how I do that shortly. But I'll just confirm some things with Pendulum here. Good morning. Hey guys, how are you this morning? Right. Can you confirm for me, please, Meister and Erin, that I'm reading this right? Well, yeah. Didn't even need me to finish. That I'm reading this right, that this person, they attack me to draw my source energy because they know I'm very high vibrational. And there's no arguing with that. Okay. Thank you. Wants me to ask another question. Can I prevent this person from drawing my source energy? And that's a very strong yes. Will this person learn to draw energy themselves? And that's a no. And the fact that it's a no tells me very strongly that I have to protect myself, because this will continue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Family and Friends Light Seers card, because they are family and friends, and just have a look about what I can do. Now, what I am intending to do, and feel free to comment below about what you do in circumstances like this, or whether you've had this situation yourself. But what I intend to do is basically, before I meet up with this person again, as I said, 3 to 4 times a year, is to meditate and set my intention that I will not engage with them. No conversation whatsoever. Not interested. We'll ignore them. But also then set up a white light barrier around myself so that they can't even get into a tent. Now, I am very aware that it is going to take several meetings, so it may take a year or longer for them to actually realise, because they've been parasiting on my energy for decades and decades. Well, not decades and decades, gosh. Well, yeah, basically about a decade now. So it's going to take a long time for them to realise that they can't anymore. So let's have a look what the cards are going to tell me about what I need to do. Okay, it's basically at these gatherings, I really do need to shut them out and deprive them, and that way I can be in my full spirituality, in my full light. So let's have a look. Tell me the story about what I need to do with this particular person. So I just wanted to put this out there so you know you're not alone if this is happening to you, but also you can then recognise it and take steps to prevent it from happening again, or to just push them aside. Yeah, here's this conflict that I get with them. What it's doing is it is causing conflict. It makes everybody else I've got paint on my fingers. It makes everybody else in the room really uncomfortable. My spouse, the spouse of this person, anybody else that's there, it makes it really difficult for them. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to set up these barriers so that this is my illusion delusion, but my choices card. So my choice is going to have to be to set up this barrier and try something, and if it doesn't work, try something else, so that they cannot drain on me. Cards are telling me full of energy today. Okay, tell me what I need to do. Tell me the whole story of what I need to do. Okay. Take that as my signifier card in this reading. The Fool, but it is about setting a new start, a new intention, going forth in faith and hope that the universe will catch me and the universe will protect me. So it is about setting out on a new start in relation to this relationship. It's going to be challenged by the King of Swords, which is it's intellect and air and coldness. So it is going to be challenged by, okay, thank you. Because this person is highly intelligent and knows how to argue, this is what I'm going to be challenged by, is by them trying to pierce my protection with their intellect. Base of the reading, Six of Wands. It is about being in the limelight. Okay, that's one reason why they do this, because it gives them their filling themselves up with my energy, but it also puts them in the limelight. So as I said, they had been pensioned off from their quite powerful position, and they are now purposeless. And I'm going to say that, put it right out there. They are purposeless at the moment and have been for the last year or more, couple of years, which is when this issue has been intensifying. And what it is, it's about giving them the limelight and making them feel important within themselves by taking my light energy, but also overpowering the conversation. In the past, strengths, but it has been in the past. This is my strength. that I need to regain because I lost it in the past in regards to this person. Crowning the reading, yeah, I am not surprised at all. This is the devil energy, the addiction that this particular person is operating under, and it's addiction to my energy, basically. Addiction to my energy and addiction to being in the limelight that they have not got at the moment. Okay, immediate future, right. I'm not sure whether this is me finding myself out in the cold in regards to this, or the fact that I'm just going to have to, okay, thank you, Meister, I am just going to have to shut them out. Literally lock them out from access to me, not physically, but on this earth level. Okay, externally, yep, this is me, this is my power. Sounds a bit egotistical when I say this, but this is me drawing on source. Externally, this is me drawing on source, and I have to protect that. Internally, I will find myself by shutting them out. Internally, I'm going to be a lot happier with my independence, a lot stronger, a lot more in contact with my energies, my earth energies. Okay, hopes and fears. Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands. The Knight is a risk taker with great reward. It is an inspired figure, but this is also, so wands are about plans and passions. So in this, this figure is sitting within the 4 wands. So this is setting up the plan and passion of their protection. And you've got the horse on the outside. So this is the knee-jerk reaction on the outside. But this is about beating my own drum, setting myself up into protection against the rash attacks. Okay, outcome, anxiety, their anxiety. Okay, thank you, Meister. Next to the devil, it's going to cause them anxiousness, anxiety, potentially. Okay, thank you. Telling me that there is currently mental health issues, but it's not for me. All I can do is voluntarily give them light and love, but I have to protect myself from it being sucked from me. So there is some mental health issues going on in the outcome for this person when this has been cut off. Page of Cups, something out of left field, that they are unexpected, but this is me again. For my own protection, for my own security, I'm going to have to take this. Knight of Swords, harsh truth coming forward, but also taking action in regards to the truth. 8 of Pentacles, working hard and reaping the rewards. Okay, for my own protection. And then I have this Ace of Swords energy. So it's about rebalancing this relationship. I've got a plan going into the future. It's going to be uncomfortable for this person as they try and juggle, but it is about rebalancing this wheel. Okay. So it's not going to be easy because they have been aware of it, but for my own protection, I'm going to have to take this action. So that was quite an interesting read. I hope you got something out of it. All I really wanted to do was make you aware that this does happen, and so that you can take steps that work for you in regards to protecting yourself. So thank you. Love to have some comments. Take care. Love you all. Spreading the light. Happy to share the energy. Don't try and take it from me. Thank you. Bye-bye.